those mean to you. Dumbbells, cans, once again, bottles of wine, whatever you have available. My sister-in-law took the 10-pounders, so I'm stuck with the 5-pounders. Oh darn, that doesn't mean that you guys have to go light. You can go heavy on them. And then if you want some type of like step, blocks, yoga blocks, a chair, a couch, whatever you have available, if you want, we can use that to add in to some of our moves. If you do not have that available, it is no worries whatsoever. It is 32, so we will go ahead and get this party started. If anybody else joins us late, then they can hop in when they hop in, but it's showtime, y'all. Happy Sunday. We have a beautiful blue sky here in Florida, so let's get this party started. Warm up stays the same, little high knees march. We know how to do this one. It's a great way to just check in. Warm up is the same every day, every week, and turning it into that little jog, light on the feet, getting the blood flowing, the heart pumping, the legs moving, letting yourself arrive. And same thing with the booty kickers, heels to your bum, working through the front of your leg, stretching out your quad, loosening up that knee joint, and little jogs, light on the feet. And we'll take this into alternating leg lunges, dropping your back knee, driving through the front heel. Chest stays lifted. Once again, just letting yourself arrive. Couple of deep breaths, pressing the floor away. And next time the right foot comes out in front, we'll move around in the low lunge, working out all the cracks, all the kinks. Ooh. And feeling that stretch wherever you need it, settling in, bring yourself up, high lunge, finding your balance. Little back bend if you want. And the left hand plants, right hand to the sky. Breathing into the twist. Both hands down, both feet back. Nice strong plank, shoulders stack over elbows over wrists, belly button into the spine. Reach through your heels, reach through the crown of your head. Bringing your left foot forward. Moving around in the shape. Once again, all the cracks. All the kinks, anything that needs a little extra attention, a little extra love. It's your workout, it's your warm-up. Settling in, bring yourself up. Finding your balance. Taking a little back bend if you want. Right hand plants, left hand to the sky, breathing into that twist. And both hands down, both feet back. Nice strong plank, one more time, really settling into it. 5 seconds, that's it. We're just gonna lock into this nice strong plank. And then pushing it back, downward dog. Pedaling through the backs of your legs, waking up ankles, calves, hamstrings. And settling in, heels to the mat, hips to the sky. Walking your hands back to your feet, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And shake it off. All right, so we are going to dive right on into what I call power and finesse. So basically, we're going to have variations on a theme where we're going to take 20 seconds of a kind of finesse move, a baseline move, and then we're going to kick it up a notch with 40 seconds of that move, but on crack. So taking it up a notch, and then we're going to flip those ratios. So first up, we're just going to take a lateral lunge into our skaters. So we take 20 seconds. Just stepping side to side, alternating leg lunges, and then we'll take 40 seconds of that skater, and then we'll flip those two ratios. So first up, 10 seconds away, We're just gonna start nice and easy on that lateral lunge, sitting back into it, heels are heavy, and pressing the floor away. If you wanna add weights into this, you can. This is your heart rate booster though, not really necessary. We're just getting the body moving. It's the first thing we're doing. And we want this first move to be a little on the easier side. So 3, 2, we take this into our skaters, one side of the mat to the other. We get a full 40 seconds here. If at any point these skaters don't feel great, just go back to that lateral lunge. You know your step down, it's waiting right there for you. So we're really thinking exploding from one side to the other. Quick lateral explosive movements. Down in Florida, I've been playing pickleball, which is like retired person's tennis, with my brother-in-law. And I think these are what allow me to have that edge over him, is I do these all the time in class. And that quick side-to-side movement is helpful. So we take 20 seconds of nothing, breathe. And then we're gonna split those, or reverse those ratios. So we'll go 40 seconds of our lateral lunge with one quick 20-second sprint. In 3, 2, 1. 40 seconds, focusing on depth, on range of motion. Toes point forward, hips go back, spine stays long, gaze stays forward. Don't let yourself round over. These look great, Jeff. These look great, Welsh crew. Here we go. And sitting back into it. Just like that, 10 seconds left. And then we finish it off with one quick, explosive 20-second burst. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Last 20 seconds, we take that side to side. And 10 down, 10 to go. Getting that heart going, perfect, perfect. Exploding from one side to the other. Last 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, happy Sunday. Next combination is going to be just our baseline forearm plank, and then our progression will be that push plank. So we're just gonna hold that baseline forearm plank for 20 seconds, and then we take it into that push plank, high plank to low plank to high plank. So in 7 seconds, we start off nice and strong in that plank and rocking it out. Starting to wake up the core, belly button draws in that same strong plank shape that we had in our warm up. If anything, think of a little micro curve in your front body instead of letting that micro curve come into your low body. So now we take that push plank, high plank to low plank to high plank. Just like those skaters, if at any point these push plank start to not feel very fun, you know what to do. Just drop back into that plank and hold it. But we are playing with a full 60 seconds of work at a time here. Just like that, we have 10 seconds left, alternating. Shoulders and hips stay square. In 3, 2, 1, and shake it off. Roll out the wrists, roll out the shoulders, little shimmy, little shake. And then we take 10 more seconds to breathe. And then we're gonna flip those ratios. So we take a full 40 in that nice strong plank with that 20 of that explosive push plank. So get comfy, y'all. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lock it in. Nice, strong, controlled plank. And just live here. Try not to let your thoughts wander away from this moment. I know when you just hold static moves like this, you can start to go, oh, what should I make for breakfast? Do I feel like making avocado toast or an omelet, pancakes?
try to stay here. Stay scanning your body from heels to head. Say, ooh, my quads could be a little more engaged. Ooh, my tailbone could tuck under a little bit more. Stay present. And we take this into those push plank. High plank to low plank to high plank. Only 20 seconds. And then we are done with this move forever and ever. Amen, I promise. 10 down, 10 to go. Alternating high plank to low plank to high plank. And 3, 2, 1, shake it off. All right, last one is a little bit more for the heart and the lungs. So they're both gonna be a little bit more high energy. One is gonna be kind of a nice basic move with jumping jacks. And then we get the whole body involved with that backstroke squat. So feet sitting down, splashing in the waves, just like you're playing. If you wanna do star jumps, you can, but 40 seconds of star jumps is just brutal. So backstroke squats works just fine. So first up, jumping jacks, easy peasy. 20 seconds, just a nice static controlled movement here. And so 5 seconds away. We're gonna take this into that backstroke squat, getting that full range of motion. Sitting back, splashing in the waves and then reaching for the clouds. Splashing in the waves and then reaching for the clouds. Trying not to fall over too much. Keeping your gaze forward, your spine long, your heels heavy, your hips back. And then once you find that motion, then you can start to pick up the pace just a little bit. It's the shoulders, it's the legs, it's the heart, it's the lungs. And 3, 2, 1, shake it off. Deep breath in, yeah, roll it out, reset. We're gonna switch it, one last move. We take 40 of our jumping jacks, 20 of those backstroke squats, and then we move on to the fun stuff. So, in 3, 2, 1, easy. Rocking it out. Nice little steady state cardio. And getting the breath moving, getting the body here. And there you go, light on those feet. Trying to keep those ankles strong. And just like that, 15 seconds left. And we'll take this into those backstroke squat. And last 5. And 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Feet a little wider than hips distance. And splash in the waves. Splash in the waves. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Just like your Michael Phelps, taking that 100-meter backstroke. And 3, 2, 1. Trumpets. Roll that out, shake that off, and we are off to the races. So now we're just going to shift those time segments a little bit, and we're going to say 30 seconds and 30 seconds. You can pretty much pick up your weights and just keep them in your hands for the next 8 minutes. So first up is going to be our goblet squat paired with a sumo squat. So 2 very familiar moves to you guys. You're all rock stars. First one, that goblet squat. Technically, a goblet squat is holding the weights in front of you. So if you want to kind of lock them together like that, and then wrap your hands around them, and we're just taking that normal squat. If it's a little weird to hold the weights like that, you can always front rack it and sit back into it like that. That sumo, feet come wide, toes point out, knees track over the knees. So knees track over the toes, you know what I meant. So first up, 30 seconds of each of these moves now. Still going straight from one to the next. Still working on 60-second intervals here. Lock those weights together. Hands in front of your chest or racked into the shoulders. Feet a little wider than hips distance apart. And that same squat that we had, that same range of motion, but really think of what depth we can get. Sitting back into it, driving through the heels, a little bit more quad dominant with this more narrow stance, pressing the floor away, feeling the quad press through the floor. Last 3, 2, 1. Immediately let those weights hang, feet wide and toes point out. Chest stays lifted as we track the knees over the toes. Track the knees over the toes. And once again, every time I do these sumo squats, I always get that little cramp kind of right in that butt dimple. That means you're doing it right. Those knees should be reaching towards the wall behind you, keeping your chest lifted, really firing up the outside of that glute. Last 3, 2, 1, and shake it off. All right, next up, we're going into renegade row and a kneeling bicep curl. So, renegade row, nice high plank, hovering over that dumbbell. Row it with your right, replace, row it with your left. We'll then just take a regular curl. So, first up, 3, 2, 1. Nice strong plank. If the wrists are sensitive, you can always drop to your knees and just do this as a regular tabletop row, alternating arms. Or if even that is too much, you can just take a bent over row standing. But you find your happy place. You have only 10 seconds left. And from your knees, you will pop one up. And we're just going to take that kneeling bicep curl here. So getting that full range of motion all the way down, all the way up. It's a little sun's out, guns out. So we take that curl and lower, curl and lower. And just like that, 15 down, 15 to go. Trying to keep any swing or sway from working its way in. Stay nice and controlled, nice and strong through your glutes and your core. 3, 2, 1, shake it off. All right, here is where if you have a bench, a couch, a chair, some yoga blocks, whatever, you can add those into the mix. If not, don't worry about it. One foot can go on those blocks, and we'll take that nice big split stance. So we're doing a Bulgarian split squat. Dropping the back knee, driving through the front heel. If you don't have anything to lift that back foot, just do that regular split stance. No worries at all. So right foot's gonna be on those blocks. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Right foot's on the block, left foot far enough away that you have a nice wide stance, dropping your back knee, driving through the front heel. So what that elevated back foot does, it allows you to get a little deeper into this shape so that you can extend that range of motion just a little bit, really loading up that front leg, challenging your balance and stability a little bit more, and shake it off. Left foot goes on the blocks. Right foot comes forward, and then still, just like an elevator, we go straight up and straight down. Be hyper aware that that front knee isn't starting to creep out in front of your toes. Keeping your hips nice and square, not letting one open up as we ride that elevator down. And home stretch, 5 seconds. Whee! Last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Weights can go down. We finish up with our push-ups and our dips. Same thing. If this is a little much and your hands go on that chair for your push-up, that'll make it a little bit easier. Or right on the mat. You find your happy place. And first up, push-ups. Either hands on the chair to make it a little bit easier, or hands on the floor, or if you have yoga blocks, you can do what I'm doing. Makes it even a little bit more challenging. Lets you get a little extra range of motion. But that's only because I'm using 5-pound dumbbells today. So I want to be Sweating with you guys. You guys sweat, I sweat. That's my rule. Always, always, always. Whew. And we flip it on over into those dips. Once again, if you're using that chair, you can hang off the end of the chair. If you're just flat on the ground, your hands are just flat on the ground. And we're really keeping our necks long, shoulders down, bending at the elbows, pressing the floor away, driving your elbows behind you. Try not to let them wing out too far to the sides, but instead drawing behind you, really rocking those triceps here. 3, 2, 1, shake it off. That's the game, y'all. So now we are back to those squats and that sumo squat. We'll take an extra 10 seconds for a quick little water, towel reset. And then we keep on keeping on. So, little strength cardio here. 7 seconds away. Those weights come to the center of the chest or racked into the shoulders. Feet a little more narrow, just a little wider than your hips. And we sit back into it, drive through, pressing the floor away, driving your hips forward. Really finish the move by squeezing the booty at the top. Perfect, Jeff. Those look awesome. And nice, nice, nice. 10 seconds left. We go a little wider to activate the outside of those glutes a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Nice wide stance. Weights hang. Chest stays lifted. Tracking your knees over your toes. And whee. So it's really easy to kind of lose focus, lose that sensation, and just let your knees kind of buckle in. We don't want that. Think of rolling to the outside of your feet the entire time. And try to put your pinky toe on the ground. And shake that off. Down to the mat, we take that renegade row, followed by those bicep curls. And 10 seconds away. Just keeps on keeping on, y'all. In 5, in 3, 2, 1. We roll right, and we roll left. There you go. Really think, channeling your best Katniss Everdeen here. Thread that bow and arrow, notch that bow and arrow. Be nice and strong here. And I haven't read the new Hunger Games book that came out, but I think I need to. I read those first ones in like 2 days, so. But I was on tour at the time, so I had nothing better to do. I had like 8 hours on a bus doing the South Pacific National Tour, where we'd pull into a city, perform, go to the hotel, wake up at 5 a.m., hop on a bus, spend 8 hours on a bus, drive to the next city, perform, go to the hotel. Fun thing to do in your 20s. I cannot imagine doing that now. And 5 seconds away. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Once again, if you have those chairs, those steps, those blocks, whatever, you are more than welcome to bring them into the mix. If not, just focus on that nice, strong split stance, those wide feet, those square hips, your lifted chest, and dropping the back knee, driving through the front heel. Dropping the back knee, driving through the front heel. There you go. Nice, y'all. Nice, y'all. Perfect. Love that depth. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 10 seconds left. Woo-wee. That back leg quad is constantly firing. That front leg glute and hamstring works. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Switch it up. Left foot up. Right foot out. And Lift, squeeze that left glute now to really pull your left hip forward, squaring off the hips. It's very easy to let that one hip start to open up and creep back. We want to stay nice and strong here. Whee! He says as he falls over. All right, 8 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Last ones. We get those push-ups and those dips. Rocking that push. And once again, if your hands are on the blocks or the chair, it'll raise that angle, make it a little bit easier, unless of course you dive through, but you find your happy place. And think of really pushing that floor away. You guys are all veterans, you know the options. You can either ride that plank shape down, slow, 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 work on that negative push-up. Last 3, 2, 1, and shake it off. We take it into those dips. 30 seconds, y'all, that's it. There we go. Neck stays long, elbows draw behind you. You can kind of save your shoulders if you point your hands out at kind of a 45-degree angle. So if you think of your hands kind of kicking out at that 45, and then keeping your neck long, shoulders down, pressing the floor away. And 5, last 3, trumpets, here they come, 2, and sweet sound of trumpets, y'all, my triceps. That does a thing. But like I always say, biceps are overrated, triceps totally make the arm. I mean, they're both important, but that's just in my aesthetic opinion. All right. So we are going to play a little bit longer now. So 6 minutes in a drop set. So we're going to start at 8 and we're going to work our way down. The goal is not to finish. If you finish, if you go 8, 6, 4, 2, and you're done, kudos. You win a cookie and a handshake. But that's not the goal. The goal is just to keep moving for those 6 minutes. So 3 pretty basic moves here, all on that midsection. We're going to do a diamond sit-up. So you're going to make a diamond shape with your feet. The goal is to keep your hands on top of your shoulders as you roll all the way up and then stack hands, shoulders, and hips at the top. We don't want to finish here. We want that posture of drawing our heart through the uprights, and then we roll ourselves back down. So we roll up, we stack, we hit our landing, and then we roll back down. We're going to then pull the heels in, and we take our bridges, lifting the hips, squeezing the glutes, lift, squeeze, lower, taking that 1 to 2 second hold at the top, and then we finish popping up to our feet, lunge with a twist. We take that lunge, twisting over that front leg, bring it back, lunge, twisting over that front leg, bring it back. Right, left counts as 1. So it's 1, 1, 2, 2, not 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. We start at 8. You can always add in a weight to those lunges if you want. Your choice. We start at 8. We have 6 minutes to play. That's it. The goal is just to keep moving. So we start in that diamond shape. 8 reps starts us off in this first round. Each round we take 2 reps off. So we start with 8 of those sit-ups, full range sit-ups. If you're finding it's a little difficult to sit up with your hands stacked on top of your shoulders, that's right, that's true. So you can always bring those hands forward, but then finish with the hands stacked on top of the head. Once you get through your 8 reps, you're right into the bridges. So we go straight from your 8 sit-ups to your 8 bridges. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Take that 1 second lift, squeeze, and lower. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Not a race. We want quality of reps over sheer quantity of reps. So, once you get through your bridges, you're up to your feet for that step, that lunge with the twist. Once again, if you want to hold that weight, you take that nice big step forward, rotate over the front leg, bring yourself back. Step forward, rotate over the front leg, bring yourself back. That each leg or each right and left counts as 1. So you're doing 8 on each leg. No rush. You have plenty of time. 6 minutes. We're working that core in all different ways. We're working the front, we're working the back, and we're working that balance and those sides. Once you get through your 8 on each leg lunges, then you head back into 6 of those sit-ups. 6 of those diamond sit-ups. And we have plenty of time, just like that. 2 minutes down, 4 minutes to go. No rush, plenty of time. We go for 6. Remember, finish that move. Hands, shoulders, and hips in one straight line. Stick your landing. Stack everything. Pull your heart through the uprights. And once you get through those 6, you have your 6 bridges. And lift, squeeze, and lower. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Especially if throughout the week you're sitting at a desk for 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, sitting in front of Zoom calls. We want to reactivate the glutes to loosen up those hips. So once you get through your 6 bridges, you're right back up. You have your 6 lunge and twist. No rush. Step forward, twist, and step forward, twist. I start to lose my balance because I stop paying attention. And that's just the fact of it. So really stay present on what you're doing, what's going on in your body. Once you get through your 6 lunges, you just have 4 of those diamond crunches. And keeping on, keeping on. We have plenty of time, 2 minutes left to see what we can do to that round of 4 diamond crunches, 4 bridges, and 4 lunges. Last rep looks as good as the first. So really think rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time, stacking everything, and then rolling back down. Using your breath. Once we get through those 4, we got our bridges. Pull the heels in, lift, squeeze, and lower. Squeeze, and lower. And then just 4 of those lunges on each leg. Just like that. We have 75 seconds left. The goal is not to finish, but if we do finish, congratulations. The cookie and handshake are yours. And getting through 4 of these. It's only 6 minutes, but it just feels so much longer than that. Just 2 of each. And 37 seconds. What can we do with it? Just keep swimming. If you're done, you can just hold a plank for 29 seconds. Otherwise, you can just keep going. So it's just 2 of each on this last round. And 10 seconds left. Woo, sneaking it in that finish line. And last 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Just got to finish this last one. I need to. All right, y'all. Challenging that core, that whole knees to nips and everything in between. So let's now kick it up a notch. Just like how we started, we're gonna go straight from our A to our B to our C. This time we have our 3 different moves, which are going to be working through some different directional things that may feel a little unusual. So first up is going to be that lateral squat jump. So pretend you have a line, a rope, going right down the center of your mat. You're just gonna jump over that rope from 2 feet to 2 feet. If you're like, nah, my knees don't do that, you can do 1 foot to 1 foot. If you're like, nah, my knees don't do that either, then it's limbo. The rope is going across the middle of your mat here, and you're sneaking under it. You're sneaking under it. So you have those options, but we're going side to side on that kind of varying squat. Next up, that transverse lunge. So now we're just taking lunges forward. We're going to take that lunge backwards, but also turning. So you want to drop back at about a 45-degree angle behind you, and then drive it through, and then you're going to switch legs. Bring yourself back up. You turn it back, whee! It's gonna require that same core stability that we were just using. And then we finish off with a plank squat with a push-up. That push-up is always voluntary. So nice strong plank shape. You sit back into it. Your knees are gonna hover 2 inches off the ground. You press through the feet, and then you take that push-up. You sit back into it, drive through the feet, take that push-up if you want it. So we're just playing with different ranges of motion. 30 seconds of each, we do them in 90-second intervals, 3 times through, and then it's hasta la vista. So first up, we're gonna get started with those lateral squat jumps or any of that lateral movement. So either 2 feet to 2 feet, 1 foot to 1 foot, or going under that rope. There you go. So either landing on 2 feet, softly and controlled, letting those arms help, or remember you always have that option of that leap from 1 foot to 1 foot, or you're sneaking under that rope by squatting low into it, sneaking under. Last 3, 2, 1, shake it off. Standing in the middle of your mat, we drop it back, that 45-degree turn, and then bringing yourself back. Drop it back, and bring it back. Find that stability. Everything moves. Your gaze is gonna look back. I guess it wouldn't be 45, it'd be 135 degrees. So, it's been a while since I took, I don't even remember which class that is. Geometry? Trigonometry? I don't know. All I remember is SOHCAHTOA, sine of opposite over adjacent, something like that. All right, next up, oh yeah, that plank thing. Plank, we sit back into it, knees hover 2 inches off the floor, press down, take the push-up if you want it. Sit back into it, drive through, take the push-up if you want it. Sit back into it, drive through, take the push-up if you want it. And sit back, drive through, really work those shoulders, those arms, the back, the chest, the core, and shake it off. Couple seconds to breathe, and then we do it again. So now we know what we're doing, we know what they look like. Day old coffee, delicious. Here we go. 5 seconds, side to side. That same strength, That same cardio, we put it all together here. Whee! And see if you're doing that leap, if you can get your landing from one jump to become your preparation for the next. So can you ride down that landing, start to immediately build up that tension, and then release that spring by launching yourself. Whee! 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. We go from that power into a little bit more control. Dropping back and bringing it back. Dropping back. Bring yourself back to your starting. And there you go. Really allow that back foot to pivot up onto the toe so that we're not pulling that knee in a weird way. We want to really allow ourselves to take that full turn towards that direction. There you go. It's like we're all back in New York and you just saw someone cough on the subway platform. You just go, nope, changing directions. Here we go. Nice strong plank and sit back into it. Press through. Take the push-up if you want it. Sit back, trying to keep the knees hovering off the mat. Driving through. Letting those quads take a little bit more of the work here. And home stretch, 5 seconds. You might get one more. And shake that off. Woo-wee! Y'all, 90 seconds. 90 seconds. We get one more round of this. And we'll stretch. And then we're off to our Sundays. So, 8 seconds away. Last time, best time. Last time, best time. We got this time right here with you. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Don't let those forms change as we get tired. I know the legs are starting to bark at you. Remember, you always have options on this one. You can always take this into that nice under approach. So you find what's working. Whee! 7 seconds. And last 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. Now, with control, we take that drop step. Explode through. Take that drop step. 60 seconds remains. That's it, that's it, that's it. You got this, you got this. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. Just keep on keeping on, y'all. Dropping your back knee still. Driving through the front knee. The lunge looks exactly the same as when we were doing it just straight and forward. But now we add in the control element of the core. 3, 2, 1. Shake it off. 30 seconds away. We hold that nice strong plank. Sit back and rock it out. Home stretch, home stretch. Sit back, rock it out. And finish this thing off. We got last 5. Yes, you can. Don't stop now. Don't stop now. And trumpet, sit back, child's pose, knees wide, toes together. And just breathe. Sit back, try to draw your tailbone to your heels. And breathe all the way down into your low back. No shallow breaths allowed. All the way into your belly button. Walk your fingertips over towards the left and feel your right side open up. Taking a couple of deep breaths into this side stretch. And walking your fingertips over towards the right and feeling that stretch open up in your left side. Couple of deep breaths. And coming up to that tabletop little cat-cow. Exhaling all of your breath out, spine to the ceiling. Deep breath in, gaze to the ceiling. Exhaling all of your breath out, spine to the ceiling. My wife is making funny faces outside of the door. And press it back, downward dog, pedaling through the backs of your legs. Waking up or working through ankles, calves. And slowly, 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 don't black out on me, walking your hands back to your feet, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling your shoulders up and back. And a lot of shoulders, a lot of arms, so take your left hand as far down your spine as it'll go. Give it a little stretch once more if you want to lean over towards the right. Feels good. And shake that off. And then right arm down the spine as far as it'll go. And if you want to take that little lean over towards the left side. And shake it off. One more time, we take those hands up and over, capturing all of that light, all of that love, bring it on down to your heart. Take that with you today and all week. Amazing, amazing work as always. Thank you so much, guys. And I will see you next time.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, great work, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
See ya, see ya.